Development Authority's monthly meeting. Today is July 9th, 2024. First item on the agenda is public comment. Has anybody signed up to speak? No speakers for this morning, all right. The next item on the agenda is a review and approval of the meeting minutes from our June 18th meeting. Any questions or comments on those?
Move to approve.
Got a motion from Mr. Brunke, second from Mr. Standing. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Next item is a review of the financial statements for June. We've got Blake with us this morning.
All right. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Councilmember Bellucci, Vice Mayor. This is the presentation for the June cash flow. This is the last one of the fiscal year. So it's on a cash basis, and no accruals included. We have the adjusted, we kept the word adjusted in there just to show the changes from last month. Beginning cash of 10.1, we have 22,000 in interest income, 119,500. This is a city reimbursement for the CDA legal services. We had receivables both on the city's books and VBDA, so we decided to put them on one set of books at the end of the year. Just made it a lot easier on us, keep track of a triangle of receivables. 7,200 in open air cafe fees for Nando's. These are commonly referred to as use fees or franchise fees, but this is for the outdoor seating of the restaurants here in Town Center. For cash disbursements, 59,800 Atlantic Park Construction and Support Services to MVP. 25,480 wetland mitigation credit purchase at Corporate Landing. We have legal services for the month of May at Davis at Atlantic Park for 8,300. We also had a lagging invoice for August 2023 to Singer Hoffman for 6,800, and for 4,859 wetland re-verification for Innovation Park. This was a reimbursement to the city. They paid for the wetland re-verification for the entire area with their properties surrounding Innovation Park. Bringing the ending cash to 10.19. The payments reimbursed by the city. We have Venture Waves draw number 16, 2.3 million to the entertainment venue, 777,600 for off-site infrastructure. At Innovation Park, we have off-site infrastructure, a total to architectural graphics of 525,350, of which was reimbursed from the GoVA grant, another 175 from the city project, 3,400 also at Innovation Park to Kinley Horn for off-site infrastructure construction phase services, and 10,000 at Corporate Landing to Vanass for the Pond C final design and new roadway design. Capital maintenance at the amphitheater, no changes. Human services, the monthly lease for 47,900. At VB National, we had the May revenue for 25,600. At VB National, we paid the Toro contract, which is a 3-year sprinkler repair contract for 10,000, and a 10-ton air handler and heat pump replacement in the kitchen to Adrian Builders Group for 31,950. Be a good time to point out that the 1.85 transfer from the operating cash that was approved in the fiscal year 2025 budget will be transferred over to this capital maintenance account in July. Incentive and initiative account, we paid 2 months of the Olympia Bendix lease in the prior month, so no activity in the current month. I added an extra day in June there for some reason. EDIP grant summary, no activity with the exception of a little bit of interest. And construction in progress, we're showing the 1.7 million for the Venture Waves draw number 16. And for the parking, I've received preliminary statements from the CDA. Won't be able to add them until they're final, but it'll be about a $20 million increase in the parking garage. And that's it. Any questions?
Any questions for Blake? Thank you. The next item on the agenda is a VB National Golf Course Final Assessment Report and Project Approvals from Pam.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Vice Mayor Wilson, Councilmember Bellucci, members of the board. I hope you guys had a delightful holiday weekend. We are going to discuss the final assessment of the Virginia Beach National Golf Course. Here are the disclosures. So the background, the Virginia Beach National Golf is owned by the City of Virginia Beach, and the City of Virginia Beach leased the property to the VBDA in '97. The VBDA entered into an agreement with the current operators in 2007. The agreement is set to expire in December of 2026. The audit of the golf course was completed in October of 2023, where there were numerous reports of damage that were found. And the facility assessments were conducted in spring of 2024. And the operators and the VBDA Asset Committee met on May 8th to discuss the operators' recommendations for repairs. So the stormwater management facilities, these are all of the lakes on the property, and the ones that are in red, lake number 3 and lake number 11, those are denoted to be in the poorest conditions. And then the greens are fair, and the yellows are in, or fair conditions, sorry, are the yellows, and then the green are in fair. So when we're talking about the total cost to repair all of the stormwater facilities to bring them up to DEQ standards, you're about $5.7 million total for all 11 lakes. With the discussion that the Asset Committee had with the operators, we are recommending to move forward with the repair for Lake 1. This is the one where all of the water drains out of the facility, and we are, to bring it up to DEQ standards, it's going to be a little bit shy of $520,000. And that does include added contingency and design in that estimate. So for the Lake 1, this is a listing of all of the items that need to be repaired. And then for the structures, all of the structures on the golf course were assessed. And the total structural repairs for all of the structures on the property is about $1.9 million. And after discussing with the operators and the Asset Committee about the path forward, we recommend that we put a priority on the clubhouse. And that includes the gutter downspouts, the roof, fascia, soffit, also doing interior painting to give it a nice refreshed look. Now this estimate here for the $409,000, it doesn't include any additional contingency for damage that was not found when the assessment was completed. So once we start pulling away the soffit and the shingles, we're gonna probably find some more items that need to be repaired structurally because of all the moisture damage. So this is what we're asking for with that $1.8 million that Blake was discussing earlier. The balance for the capital repairs that we have is about $2.1 million. So we are recommending that we repair Lake 1, that we do the repairs for the clubhouse roof and the painting, and also finish repairing all of the HVAC systems that are damaged in the clubhouse. And Blake said it earlier, but the HVAC for the kitchen that had been down for a few years, we did get that corrected. So the amount of money for the HVAC, the $196,000, that does not include the kitchen because we already took care of that. Any questions?
Any questions for Pam? Glad we were able to get the kitchen done before the big season for them. All right, so the request, do we have to vote on the request?
believe they would solicit those that come back and ask for reward.
Okay, all right. So I think generally we're good with the recommendation from you and the subcommittee and just bring back the quotes when we get them for various projects. Thank you. Great. Thank you, Pam.
I have one more.
Oh.
Okay. So the next item that I'm going to be asking of you is a request to utilize the property that we just had the structure demolished at 1110 Independence Boulevard, be utilized as a laydown yard for a project from the Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is asking that they utilize this area for part of the laydown for Thalia Creek Greenway project. They are anticipating the start date for this raised walkway and to begin September of 2024 with a 300-day construction schedule. What we are going to ask for your approval today for the laydown yard is to have it placed in the same footprint where the demolished structure was, that encompasses all of the requirements of the CZO for a laydown yard. And to put some stipulations in there where the access comes in off of Garrett Drive, to also include some additional opaque screening surrounding the entire laydown area so it's aesthetically pleasing. And another stipulation is that they are allowed to use it as a laydown area until June of 2025 or with a 30-day notice to vacate should we need that area.
Any questions from you on that? Do we have an idea of how long they'll need it?
They said 300 days if they begin in September of this year.
About a year. Yes, Bill.
Are there any fees associated with this that we'll receive?
We would not have anything to do with paying any fees. Any permits that they would need to get, they would take care of it.
He's receiving any fees.
Oh, receiving any fees?
Are they paying us to use the space?
We didn't ask for that, no.
Well, I guess the related question would be, is this going to impact our ability to find potentially a user / buyer for the space?
I wouldn't believe so.
Either way, so.
Yeah. Taylor, did you have a question?
No.
Yes, David.
Are they gonna put up some type of fence or something to block?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They'll put fencing up that is within alignment with the zoning ordinance requirements. And also they will put opaque screening so that you can't see into the laydown area. Yes, sir.
And I assume they'll just fence the laydown area, not the whole.
Oh, correct, correct.
All right. Any other questions for Pam? All right, so we've got a recommendation for approval of a resolution authorizing the city's temporary use of the laydown area of the former Circuit City building. Do I have a motion? Got a motion for Gunter and a second for Mike. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Thank you, Pam. Next item is Pembroke Square. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Vice Mayor, Councilman Berlucci. Here today to present the Pembroke Square redevelopment cost participation project. This went to City Council 2 weeks ago and they considered the resolution and approved it last week. So the disclosures. So just an overview of our presentation today. We'll give you a history of the Pembroke Mall, the timeline for the Pembroke Square redevelopment, proposed redevelopment plan, the 2022-2024 project cost comparison. When they initially came in with these proposals, they had specific unit numbers that as they've gone through the last couple of years, they've tweaked those and there's been some changes. Fiscal impact analysis and the next steps. So for the history of the mall, in March of 1965, construction began on the mall. In 1966, 21 of the mall's first stores opened. In 1981, the mall underwent its first expansion, and then by the mid-1990s, Pembroke Mall started to lose tenants because of other new product coming on, like Lynn Haven Mall and MacArthur Center. In 2003, the mall's management, they began strategizing for a redevelopment plan. And then in 2015, Sears Holdings spun off 235 of its properties, including the Sears at Pembroke Mall, into Seritage Grid Properties. In 2018, it was then announced that Sears was going to be closing, and then in 2020, Steinmart closed. In December of 2021, the mall announced that the 48 remaining tenants must vacate by the end of January of 2022 as part of a $200 million strategy to redevelop the property. And then in July of 2022, Pembroke Mall was rebranded to Pembroke Square, a mixed-use project that included residential, retail, restaurants, and a hotel. So for the redevelopment plan in February of 22, developer requested cost participation for public parking as part of the Pembroke Mall redevelopment plan. In April of 22, City Council approved a resolution to approve the term sheet for this redevelopment. And then in December of 2022, Aviva Senior Housing breaks ground, and you'll see in further slides that's phase 1 of the redevelopment plan. From April of 2022 to December of 23, the developer revised their development plan. And then in the fall of 2023, demolition of the central area of the mall to include the former Steinmart and an out parcel for the where the former SunTrust building was completed. In March of 2024, City Council was briefed in closed session on the revised term sheet, and then just recently, as I mentioned, we gave a public briefing to City Council, and City Council approved a cost participation for a not to exceed of $22.35 million for public parking. And that you'll see further in slides 2, that number does not include potential carrying costs. So here's just a comparison of the site plan as it was, and then what it is intended to be. For this proposal, we're just focusing on the yellow squares. At the top is the first phase of senior living. In the center is the multifamily with a parking garage, and then at the bottom is the proposed hotel with a parking garage. The 2 red squares include potential office buildings in the future. So again, you have 3 phases of development, and we'll go into detail. So phase 1, that's the senior living, that's 153 units with a total investment of $64.3 million. This started in December of 2022, and it is intended to be complete by this October. Here's one of the latest pictures under construction. For phase 2, this is the multifamily phase, 272 units, a 611 space parking garage for a total of $69 million. It is anticipated that this will start in the 4th quarter of 2025 and be completed by the 4th quarter of 2027. Phase 3, hotel, 156 rooms, 134 space parking garage for $30 million. It's anticipated it will start the 1st quarter of 2025 and be completed by the 4th quarter of 2026. So this is the comparison of the initial proposal numbers compared to the March of 2024 numbers. You'll see there is a reduction in units for the senior development from 158 to 153. The multifamily went down from 329 units to 272. And phase 3, the hotel went from 209 rooms to 156 rooms. Total development cost though, however, because of construction costs increasing, has gone up slightly from $162.4 million to $163.3 million. And for the cost participation, it was intended initially that there would be 791 spaces for cost participation from the city at $23.8 million. And the current proposal and term sheet specifies 745 spaces for $22.35 million. So for the fiscal impact and assumptions, again, 2 parking garages for a total of 745 spaces. The cost per space would be $30,000 per space, plus potential carrying costs of $2,750 per space. The general fund will pay the debt service associated with the total issuance of $24.4 million in bonds. And again, that's the $22.35 million plus carrying costs. The revenue from the project is anticipated to begin in 2026, and fiscal impact includes all projected real estate general fund revenue that will occur from this development. And then to ensure that the revenues remain with the general fund, dedication of the real estate revenue equivalent to the revenue generated would need to occur within the general fund. And then there will be an establishment, just like Town Center, of a new special service district, 45 cents to support the debt service for design and developer construction gap of $5,000 per space, and that's a total of $5.5 million. And that SSD, those funds generated, will also take care of the garage maintenance at $275 per space annually. So this is just a quick snapshot of the fiscal impact budget management services. Went through all the numbers of the proposal and ran the analysis here. Your 20-year cumulative revenue would be $48.5 million. The expenses would be $33.2 million, with an estimated net revenue of $15.3 million, net present value of $7.5. So in a nutshell, this is, they've determined budget management services set. This is a good deal for the city. And so for consideration, and again, City Council already adopted the resolution to cost participate for the $30,000 per space with an additional $2,750 per space in carrying costs. This is a not to exceed amount. And for the shortfall of the $4 million and the $1.5 million on the developer side, the newly established SSD will address that with an additional 45 cents. And so the next steps, again, City Council approved this, and today we're presenting it to you for approval of a resolution to authorize the term sheet. And moving forward, the VBDA would own these garages just as they do with the garages in Town Center, but City Council is paying for the construction of the garages. And with that, we'll take questions.
Kathy, I forget, we don't have a maintenance budget for the garages. The city actually provides the maintenance. How does that work?
That works through the SSD, so any of those funds generated handle all of the operating and maintenance costs.
Any questions for Kathy?
The 2750 is generated through the SSD, but it says through the general fund.
The 2750 will be covered through the general fund, and that hasn't been specifically worked out yet because we don't know what the interest rate would be. In this case, what we want to do is we want to have the developer build the garages, and then once it checks out, we authorize a CO for those garages. We pay the developer at the end. It's a better scenario than us doing a pay-go because of the amount of time spent on both the private and public side paying a monthly bill for the garages.
And there's no reason why there wouldn't be charging for parking. I think I heard in council that retail doesn't want to be in the same location. It was a comment made at council as a hotel doesn't want to be the same place as the retail. And it seems like to put the burden of $2750 on the general fund for an apartment complex and hotel, and have we considered TDFP for financing, for gap financing, like we have another?
We haven't looked at another scenario for this, and it's all public parking, so there's not going to be any reserved parking for the hotel or for the apartments.
But it's specifically for the hotel and apartments. If these weren't there, then parking wouldn't be needed. So we're building parking garages for hotel and apartments, and it sets a pretty, I know this is a foregone deal, but it's a just precedents being set that when we talk about, and I heard in council, but before anything that's built, we wouldn't have taxes. And when we have mechanisms like gap financing, I don't know why we wouldn't even consider something like that, because it's there for this. It gives everybody an opportunity to go do projects like this. And I just think it's a big burden on the general fund. It's not truly public parking. I mean, I think you could technically spend it that way, but it's to be built for a hotel and for apartments. And like in most places, they get charged for it.
Any other questions, comments for Kathy? I mean, I think for years, folks have seen what's happened on this side of town center and then looked across the street to see when and how that was going to redevelop. I think it contributes to the overall sort of critical mass of town center as a destination. So I do think there's a benefit to the public in that sense.
Because it's what? I'm sorry.
It's a destination, right? People come to town center for the restaurants, for the hotels, for the public spaces that we have. So I see it as contributing overall to the size and mass of town center. I mean, you can't really look at it. I don't think you can look at it by itself. I think it's part of the.
I guess
bigger
I
picture.
guess nothing in here has been argued for public benefit. It's been argued that the return is really, really big for the city, but so is every development that goes in place, particularly really big returns to a city when the city will put money in something. Public benefit to me is far different than apartments, things like that. It's just my opinion. I think we're setting a heck of a precedence. So it's going to pass. I realize it, but I think we really need to start really digging deep into understanding. All I heard was town center got it, so they want it. That was a lot of the big argument. And I'm not saying they shouldn't get it, because town center had a different purpose. It had a public benefit that we wanted to bring offices in a central business district to the city. So does that mean everywhere around here gets this? I think a hotel just got built across the street. I don't think they got $20 million worth of parking. So I just think it's just we need to.
Well, and the only thing I'd like to add to that is this proposal is completely in line with the Pembroke SGA and continuing to build Tama Center to the north, to the east, to the west. And the goal here is to start building structured parking so that you can open up other space like all of those service lots for redevelopment. A big concern of city councils initially was, we, the city, may be sitting there with an empty mall like you see across the nation. And this is an opportunity to redevelop this property and do it in the right way.
Just, I think we need to start setting our boundaries. Is it going to go a mile that way, 10 miles, a mile this way? And just, building public garages is terrific. But they have to have certain purposes, and that means everywhere. And that's where comprehensive planning takes place. And this thing, unless we start really nailing down 4 corners of what we're talking about, it's just going to be, every time a project pops up, we're going to be running to it. And I think development's great. I just think we really need to really sit down and think this out, because this is not a win-win pass. Way to go.
Well, I think to Kathy's point, the Pembroke SGA has defined boundaries, and it's always had defined boundaries.
Right, correct.
But the Pembroke SGA never said go build free parking garages for apartments, to my knowledge. Why aren't we charging? I don't understand. We're paying for maintenance, that's it. And that's a big burden to put on the public.
Any other comments or questions for Kathy before this? This has already been briefed to council, so as you said, they've already decided that this is a good thing. We do have to go ahead and take a vote on the resolution approving a term sheet related to the redevelopment of Pembroke Square and the authorization for the execution of a definitive project document. Kathy is here today. Thank you, Kathy, for the presentation. Further discussion or somebody willing to make a motion? Got a motion from Gunther, thank you. A second from Taylor Franklin. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Got one opposed. That motion carries. Thank you all. The next item on the agenda is a request for approval of a resolution authorizing the sublease for international incubator space. We've got Paige Fox. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Vice Mayor, Councilmember, members of the authority. So bringing you a recommendation for NOS Corporation of America, or NCA, for the International Incubator. Look at the disclosures. So NCA is a subsidiary of a Japanese company, a Japanese manufacturer. They provide CNC machining, Boeing being a major customer of theirs. They had previously headquartered in Seattle, but were looking to relocate to the East Coast with interest in their product from the Navy and then Huntington Ingalls. This prospect did come to us from the Alliance. After establishing their office here, they do have intent to establish a manufacturing facility. So a refresher on the International Incubator. This was established in 2021 as a strategy to provide a soft landing spot for international companies, recognizing that most international companies will establish a small sales office before growing to full operations. We did expand the footprint of the International Incubator earlier this year. So as a refresher, the International Incubator has 11 private offices as well as 2 collaboration spaces and a large shared conference room. If this sublease is approved, that would leave 5 offices remaining in the International Incubator. The sublease terms, it's for maximum of 2 years, with the price structure being an incentive growing every 6 months till the 2 years are met. And the recommendation from staff is to approve the sublease to NCA in the International Incubator.
All right.
Any questions?
Any questions for Paige? Remind us, who is we've already had one company graduate out of the
Yeah,
incubator.
it was the first tenant, so Chorus Intelligence, providing data analytics software for law enforcement, Virginia Beach Police Department being one of their customers. They did choose to actually stay in Town Center when they grew out of the incubator, so they are in just right down the road. They took a large office space and have continued hiring as well as getting more contracts in the US since they established here.
Great news, yeah. Thank you. Any questions for Paige? All right, I will entertain a motion for the request for approval of a resolution authorizing the sublease as described to NOS Corporation of America. We have a motion from Mr. Franklin, second from Mr. Runke. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is administrative information. As you all know, at our last meeting, we received a report from Hank Morrison on the comprehensive plan and then created a small task force of Mr. Sinning and Mr. Franklin to take a deeper dive into that and see what type of position the Development Authority should take, what sort of feedback we should provide to the city. And Taylor's just going to give us a brief update. You should have in front of you bullet points regarding the issues that they thought were important for the Development Authority to provide comments on.
Sure. Mike and I and Kathy met 2 weeks ago and went through for about an hour and a half, looking at a compliment. We came up with 8 bullet points that was recommendations as well, and then I'd like for you guys to review these, send any comments that you have, once those are received by next week. At least we'll draft a letter.
Did you have a question, Bill?
No, just appreciate this.
Yeah, no, I really do. I think that was, I know you all moved quickly, and so we'd like to try to get our feedback to planning staff as soon soon as possible on this. I know you guys are just taking a look at this now, but let me know if you have any comments. I think the gist of it is that there should be a clear vision. We need to look at housing and affordable housing all over the city and not just in certain places. And obviously, we need opportunities for, land that's shovel-ready, zoned, so that we can continue to attract businesses and to help our existing businesses expand in the city, which is part of our mission. There aren't any other comments on that. Do any other commissioners have comments, information to provide? I've got two requests. Dr. Brown will be rolling off of the two committees that he serves on outside the Development Authority as our Development Authority representative. And one of those committees is the Oceana Land Use Committee, OLUC. We'll need a new representative for that. And then the other is the ITA, which is that transition area committee, which is very important, and we'll need a new representative for that. I already had that idea, Kathy.
OLUC does not meet very often.
No, it's down to about once a year now, I think. It's got a meeting in August, yeah.
Someone that lives close to that area.
You're in a TA.
Yeah. All right, Gunter is willing to take OLUC, and
IMS is right next door.
perfect. All right, thank you very much. And then the ITA, I'll let you all mull over, and if you want to send me an email, we can. We don't necessarily have to vote on these. These are just volunteers. So yes, we can talk about that. So we'll send Gunter's name to the clerk for OLUC, and then we'll please send me your feedback on the ITA available spot. And we'll move on from there. And with that, I will hand it over to our director, Chuck Rigney.
Madam Chair, Vice Mayor, Councilman Berlucci, Commissioners, good morning. I think we have a lot of good news for you this morning, and I'm pleased to be able to share it with you. First of all, I think thank you all for responding to the survey on the retreat. It seems we're pretty evenly split, but the idea would be that let's get past the summer and get back sometime in the beginning, first week in September. You'll be seeing a save the date card for September the 6th. And we're thinking, Kayla will get that out to you right after this meeting. And we're thinking that it would be a full day, 8 to 5 retreat. And the ideas are that we would tour some of the properties that are under development here in the city, and then have a break for lunch. And the plan, and this is still being tweaked, would be to have our regular VBDA meeting on that date as opposed to just a few days later, so that we would be respectful of y'all's time. So you'll be seeing additional information coming in on that, but do appreciate everybody's comments relative to the survey. Also good news, we've got a Zim ribbon cutting that's now scheduled for the 29th of July at 2 p.m. So I want to thank Charlie and the guys at Zim for coming up with a date. It was definitely an effort, because everything that Zim does has to be coordinated through their offices in Israel, and also to make sure that they were in and on time. So everything looks good for that. So thank you for your efforts there, Charlie. We also have a couple days later for phase 2 of acoustical sheet metal, which you all had a hand in also, and that is going to be at 12 p.m. and they're going to be serving lunch. So we'd like to invite everybody to come to the acoustical sheet metal phase 2 ribbon cutting. It really is a very impressive facility, by the way.
Chuck, what day is that?
That is July the 31st, just a couple days after the Zim ribbon cutting. And I want to thank Paige. I know that was a moving target for us as well. You may have heard yesterday that Avangrid is gonna be selling off Kitty Hawk LLC North. And Dominion will be the purchaser of that entity. I received a call yesterday afternoon from Avangrid, the Massachusetts headquarters, to advise us that they still plan for Kitty Hawk South LLC, which includes the obligations at Corporate Landing, to continue their efforts there. So we'll be looking at it more carefully to see what that may mean, and that will be back to you in terms of any clarification that we have to make at all. But at the moment, it seems to be business as usual. Alex Files was very helpful to them in getting kind of the groundwork and some of the legal documents cleaned up that they needed to affect this most recent change. So you'll be seeing more of that in the paper. I think there was a press release that came out last evening. So stay tuned for that. And today I'm honored and pleased to be able to present to my deputy director her 5-year pin, if she could come forward there. And strangely enough, it's her second to last day. So,
Wonder why.
so I wanted to give Laura an opportunity to say goodbye as well.
Thank you. Oh, no, just want to thank this board and being allowed to serve you, and this office for being so great to work with. It's been a fun 5 years. I've learned a ton. This office is in great hands with Patrick, Amanda, and Chuck, and I look forward to collaborating with this office and continuing to call everyone and pushing everyone a little bit, and city council members and vice mayor as executive director of Virginia Beach Vision. So just looking forward to the new role and still serving the city of Virginia Beach.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your.
So really gonna miss Laura. We obviously go way back, so I know she's just gonna be right around the corner though. And one of the things that I think was an excellent hire, so that they can help us help Virginia Beach in a bigger and bolder way. So thank you, Laura. We look forward to great things coming out of Virginia Beach Vision with your leadership over there. And with that, Madam Chair, that's my report for the morning.
Thank you, Chuck, and thank you, Laura, for all of your service to us, especially. I know it's been invaluable, and your service to the city. All right, hearing no other items, the chair will entertain a motion to recess into a closed session pursuant to the exemption for open meetings allowed by section 2.2-3711A of the Virginia as amended. The following purposes: 1, contracts, discussion of the award of a public contract involving expenditure of public funds, including interviews of bidders or offerers and discussion of the terms or scope of such contract, where discussion in an open session would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A30, and that pertains to Districts 5 and 6, and prospective business or industry, discussion concerning a prospective business or industry or the expansion of an existing business or industry where no previous announcement has been made of the business or industry's interest in locating or expanding its facilities in the community pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A5, and that pertains to District 6. So we'll need a motion and a roll call vote. I've got a motion from Mr. Brunke, second from Bunter, and a roll call vote. Caitlin?
William Brown,
Yes.
William Rocky,
Yes.
Taylor Franklin,
Yes.
Lisa Murphy,
Yes.
Ronnie Parker,
Yes.
Mike Standing,
Yes.
Dave Weiner,
Yes.
Sandra Weisenshield.
All right.